Log of x looks, oh, hold on. Log of x looks just like this, whether it's log base 2, log base 3, log base e, whatever. So that's what log of x. It's always going to go through the point 1, 0. Always going to have a vertical asymptote right there at x equals 0. Okay. But then when we replace x with the opposite of x, that's a left and right switch. And a left and right switch, or a left and right movement transformation, means that we're going to be reflecting this graph over the line x equals 0. So the line x equals 0 is the y-axis, and so basically all we're doing here is we're reflecting the blue graph over the red dotted line. So log base 2 of the opposite of x. Okay, think about the domain. Negative x has to be greater than 0, therefore x has to be less than 0. Anyway, our key point is right there at negative 1, 0. And when we drop that key point down 2 units, we see that, boy, I need a different color here. Let's see, what should we use? Let's use purple. So when we drop that key point down 2 units, the key point drops down, the asymptote doesn't move, and so we don't get any, we're not going to get any y-intercept, but we will get an x-intercept, and it's probably going to be out there left of what I said, but nevertheless, it's somewhere out here. It's probably going to be left of that, like I said. But the x-intercept is when y, where are we here? Y equals 0. So when 0 is equal to the log base 2 of the opposite of x and then minus 2. Okay, so in other words, when the log base 2 of the opposite of x is equal to 2, we have 4. 2 squared. 2 squared is 4, so 2 squared equals the opposite of x. So therefore x has to be negative 4. So I was wrong. It actually is at negative 4. Really? Doesn't seem right. Well, it doesn't seem right. Doesn't seem right. Why doesn't it seem right? Oh, it's log base 2, so it goes up a little higher. So, okay. So, x-intercept is negative 4. I'll leave it like that. And then, what else do we need? We don't have any y-intercept. We do need the asymptote, though, so the vertical asymptote is at, we can see the vertical asymptote is just the y-axis, and so that vertical asymptote is x equals 0. What else? What else? Oh, domain and range. Well, the domain of the function, I like to use green. The domain of the function, though, is that whatever you're taking, again, whatever you're taking the log of must be greater than 0. In other words, x, then, when you divide or multiply both sides by negative 1, you have to flip the direction here, and you get x is less than 0. So that's the domain of the function. And the range, you should know this by now, range of all log functions is all real numbers. Okay, so all real numbers is the range of the log functions. And then I think domain, range, asymptotes, and intercepts. So there we go. That's it for number 114. Number 115, our final problem on this particular study guide, is find the equation of the line tangent to the graph of this function when x is 0. Well, I'm going to use this empty space out here, okay, to do this problem. We need y prime. Okay, so well, y prime, it's an exponential function, so we get 3 times e to the negative 2x, and we're going to multiply that by the derivative of negative 2x, negative 2, which gives us negative 6 e to the negative 2x. That's y prime. We want the equation of the tangent line. If we want the equation of the tangent line, we need the derivative, we need the slope, which is the derivative at x equals 0, because the derivative depends on x. So when x is equal to 0, we just get negative 6 times e to the 0, which is negative 6. Okay. Well, we've got our slope, we've got our x coordinate of our point, and the x coordinate of our point is 0. The only thing left, if we want to come up with our equation of our tangent line, is to come up with, well, what is the y value when x is 0? Well, you just plug in 0. And y when x is 0 is equal to 3, because 3 times e to the 0 is 3. So that translates to that guy going right there. Okay, so when x is equal to 0, the y is equal to 3. So at 0, 3, we have a slope of 6, and so therefore y equals negative 6x plus 3. That would be the equation of the tangent line when x is equal to 0. 0, 3 is already our y-intercept, so we just put it in slope-intercept form. Okay, and that's it.